You guys know how hard it is to not eat at Cinnabon when you're at the airport. So that being said, I'm going to take a couple minutes to talk about nutrition and how to prep for travel and how to stay on point when you're battling beers and cinnamon buns. But first, before we take off, let's take off for this intro. So I'm going to go over my loadout for my trip tomorrow. You know, I don't like to go to the airport unprepared. Even if I'm not going to eat all of this food, I'm going to have it just to make sure that my bases are covered. Maybe I'll have a couple dinners out. Maybe they'll order lunch out. Whatever we do, I can still make some good decisions in restaurants or with takeout. And maybe I'll shoot another video about that, you know, as things arise. So I'm definitely going to use this trip that I'm going on tomorrow as a reference point for y'all to make some better choices and plan a little bit better when it comes to your meals. So it's just a Isolator Fitness cooler bag. So there's some freezer packs in there. Just make sure if you travel with them, make sure they're rock solid frozen, or they won't let you take them. So make sure they're frozen. So there's one on top and there's two in the bottom. So inside I've got 6 meals that I've had prepared. My guy here in town, Justin Gonzalez is his name. If you're in Charleston or local to Charleston, Just Fit Kitchen. Look, it's a generous sized portion. Turkey meatballs and some pasta. There's another turkey meatballs and some pasta. Some chicken and sweet potatoes. And a deconstructed stuffed pepper. So it's some grass-fed beef. Obviously green pepper. And a little bit of cheese and some white rice. But I digress. Now what I'll do, the meals that I'll eat tomorrow, I will keep in the refrigerator. And the meals that I will eat Friday or Saturday, I'm gonna freeze tonight so they last a little bit longer. Now my meals, I order them on Fridays, they get delivered on Sunday. So if I'm gonna make them last a little bit longer by Wednesday or so, I'll throw them in the freezer just to, you know, enhance that shelf life a little bit. That's meal-wise. Now that doesn't mean that's all I'm gonna eat. I'll also have some snacks in there too. I'll go over that in a little bit. But one of my staples for travel is emergency packets. A couple of reasons. One, well, you're not gonna get scurvy, so take your vitamin C. You're still not gonna get scurvy. Two, these are packed with electrolytes. So if you're a Gatorade drinker, just skip the Gatorade altogether. Pick this stuff up. I don't know if you can read it, but packed with electrolytes, not packed with sugar. Tastes pretty good. So I'll throw a couple of these in a bottle of water when I get to the airport. Listen, it's cold and flu season. I don't want to get sick. I got too much to do to get sick. I'll also throw in digestive enzymes, just because if I'm going to be eating outside of my normal diet, my digestion doesn't like that too often. So I'll add in some digestive enzymes to help me out. Now, I've packed a few days worth of my multivitamins. There's the AM and the PM. I always pack at least an extra day's worth just in case, because it is winter. So, and I'm traveling to Pittsburgh, so you never know what the weather's gonna do. I might get stuck there. Also, if you've seen an earlier post about my poop juice, I got my fiber, individual packets, lifesaver. And then I think the last thing I got, no, that's it. That's all I got. Pretty self-explanatory. It's an easy loadout. Now, like I said, I'm gonna add some snacks into it. I'll pick up some beef jerky, maybe a couple of Quest bars. I don't like to rely on those a lot because there's a lot of artificial sweetener in them. My stomach doesn't like that too much, but in a pinch, that's what we're talking about. So, you know, you can grab some fresh fruit. If you like to, You know, eat some crunchy veggies. You know, get some cucumbers or some peppers and cucumbers, celery. If you like that crunch. I don't like it personally, but I will take some fresh fruit, apples, oranges, bananas, things that have a little bit of a shelf life. Bananas can get a little bit sketchy, they might get smushed, but you know, depending on where you're putting your bag, like this is gonna go underneath my seat. It's a perfect size for that. And then I usually put my laptop bag in the overhead bin. But I will, maybe I'll shoot another video a little bit later. I'll stop at the grocery store and I'll pick up some snacks that I'll take, and then we'll make this video even sweeter. But until then, be prepared. Make a list, just like you would pack your clothes and things like that. Make a list of the food that you want to take. Obviously your medications and things like that, any supplements that you take, make sure you portion it out. Put it in individual containers. That way, if something happens and the TSA decides to not like what you got and they throw some stuff out, you're not really losing all of it. You're losing a tiny bit. So that being said, stay tuned. I will catch up with you in, you know, the blink of an eye at the grocery store, and we'll go over what I got. All right, there. Y'all. So 2 of my go-to snacks, pretty much always in a carry-on bag. First, Quest bars, tons of different flavors. They taste really good. You know, the downside is they're full of a lot of chemicals and sugar alcohols, so they tend to do a number on my stomach. But like I said, in a pinch, they work. And secondly, these epic protein bars. It's legitimately just a slab of meat. This one's bison. These things are awesome. I love them. There's not a ton of sugar in them. They're a little bit more tender than, say, beef jerky, and they're a little more satisfying too. So I got some good flavor to them. They're not dry at all. A lot of times beef jerky just makes my jaw hurt because you're chewing so much. But those are 2 of my favorites for the carry-on bag. Obviously, I've got the other meals. Plenty of water. Always buy extra water when you're at the airport, or if you're cheap, take a water bottle and then fill it up at the airport, because that is free dollar. That being said, have a good day. Be prepared. Pack a little bit more than you might need, because somebody somewhere isn't going to have a snack.